Welcome and namaskar. First, I want to say thank you to all the current members of the Tai-Fascia Temple and a warm welcome to our new members. So each month, I will recognize the most active members as an incentive to encourage determination and remind us that we are supporting each other in this sacred space, an intentional space. This is a space designed for reflection, detoxing from the constant noise of social media, messages, notifications, and advertisements. Here, you are going to free yourself and move in your own pace. Reconnect with yourself and release what no longer serves you. So today is December 27th, 2025, and we are in the final days of this year. And 2025 marks the completion of a 9 year cycle. You see, 2026 will begin a new cycle, a 1 year. Add 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6. It turns into the number 10. Break that down into a single number. 1 plus 0 equals 1. So the start of another 9 year journey is getting ready to happen. So before moving forward, I want to invite you to pause. We are here to honor the closing of this cycle. Our memories, our experiences, our triumphs, our failures. All of it matters. And sometimes we try to numb ourselves from these memories, especially the low frequency moments. We perceive that they're failures and then we hold on to them and then we numb ourselves as if they never happened. But ignoring them keeps you and keep us all from self-correcting. That's the whole point of making mistakes and from fully embracing who we are today. So this meditation is about acknowledging all of it, acknowledging and embracing our highs and our lows and validating the self that survived. We'll be cutting cords. We'll be clearing residue from the mind, from the years, from the last 9 years. You are here, you are observing, and you are listening, and you made it. This is more valuable than anything else, more than money, possessions, relationships, or even a status. Simply being here is going to help you survive, right? It's going to help you be present. It's going to help wash all of the noise that you've been hearing for the last 9 years, especially the last 5. You made it through a pandemic. You made it through a political shock, right? That's happened in the United States. You made it through Black Lives Matters. You've made it through greed. You've made it through high-end companies that are becoming billionaires and millionaires and trillionaires based off our data and our information. So it's essential to understand that we have survived and we're being present. And this is the moment where you can have essential truth in this space, moving at your own pace. Every now and then you'll see some forms of tools that can provide you a little bit more stability. You also see some herbals, which will be liquid herbals that'll help activate your inner part of your blood so it can flow and detox and remove inflammation out of your joints. Open up so you can stimulate the brain fog that may be happening. Some of you who are ladies are going through that first stage of perimenopause. Some of you are in menopause, and some of you are in postmenopause. What does that look like? Men, life is changing. The way you approach women is totally different. You see a clicking sensation of women coming together and rising. And over the years, you start to see men or quietly going into spaces wanting to learn how to better themselves so they can align. 2026 will be where men and women and the human being can just be without judgment, flow, and be creative in what they know. So, what we're going to do is if you have any candles, crystals, or any object that represents the number nine, go ahead and light them now. As we move through each year, visualize nine flames surrounding you, each flame representing 1 year of your journey. The experiences, the challenges, the lessons, the growth, the failures. Remember, in traditional rituals, we do not act as if the rituals are what's giving us our manifestations. Remember, each gesture in this space, and as you go outside of this space, each flame, each breath is an opportunity to embrace the universal principles. And as you light, observe, and reflect, you are not just performing an action, okay? You are embedding an intention, an awareness, and your energy into the meditation to be. This is how reflection becomes alive, so it influences your future. It is how it leaves a tangible impression on your result that you're desiring. So you hear those words all the time: desiring, results, manifestation. These are bad words people have been just throwing on social media. We really want to put the fuel and put the intention and the action with truths behind these words for yourself moving forward. So remember that the reflection is what we're focused on. Remember that as we light our mental state, observe and reflect, you are not just performing the action. You are putting an intention and embedding it within your being. This is how reflection becomes alive, how it influences your future, and how it leaves a tangible impression on your results. So let's begin. Take a moment, go ahead and light your candles. Get your crystals and line them up. Maybe you're laying in bed. Maybe you're going for a walk. Again, remember, this is no judgment. This is just for you to revisit the years of the last 9-year cycle. But we're going to start in December 2016 because we are now in December 2025. And in 2016, you were getting prepared to move into 2017, which is the year one, all the way up into 2025, the 9th year today. Bring your awareness to December 2016. This was a year of endings, closures, and truths, just like it is today. You no longer could ignore things that weren't serving you back then. Just really go back. In December 2016, you were prepared to move into 2017. What consequences were becoming clear? What results could no longer be avoided? At a time in my life, I was in an in and out breakup, back and forth for the past 2 years prior to that. And I had finally decided that I was just going to just be and walk with me. I had a desire to go to India and did not know how I was going to get there. But I knew that things that I had been doing within that last 9-year cycle, I had to cut it. I was burnt out. I was tired. I needed a new image. I needed a new face. I needed a new purpose, a new way to look at my values. And at the time, I didn't know that I was needing a refresh way of looking at my values and then recreating them. These are things that I just was not aware of until I got involved with learning the universal principles. So, as you were observing the consequences in 2016, let's move forward and observe without no judgment, right? Validate the version of you that survived moving into 2017. Cut the cords of the regret, guilt, self-judgment, and take a deep breath in. Exhale. 2017, year one. The principle is vibration because that's the year one. Step into 2017, the beginning of a new cycle. This was a year of identity, new beginnings, and emotional rawness. Ask yourself, what frequency was I vibrating at that time? Who or what influenced my energy? Observe without becoming attached. Remember, you can always pause this if you need a longer reflection. Validate your survival. Validate your efforts to navigate the unknown. I definitely know I was doing that at this time. Pause. Breathe. And now take a deep breath in. And exhale. Releasing the residential tension from that 2017. Ooh. 2018, year two. This was the year, the principle of care. As we enter in 2018, this year brought themes of care, nurture, and support. Ask yourself, how did I care for myself in 2018? Where did I seek comfort? And did I give myself the love and attention I needed? Notice without judgment. Validate your need for care. Pause. Now rinse your mental field and release what no longer serves you. Take a deep breath in and exhale. (2019), year three. This was the year principle of rhythm. Move into 2019. It was a year of expression, movement, and cycles. Consider this. What patterns repeated in my life in 2019? Where did I flow naturally? Where did I resist? Observe the rhythm of your life without labeling. Whether it was good or bad, just observe. Pause. Breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Release the attachment to the outcomes. Let go. (2020), year four. The principle 4 represents gender. When we entered in 2020, no one had any idea of what was going to happen. It was a year focused on structure, identity, and embodiment, relations, family, right? How you're judging people. Ask yourself, how did I relate to my body during this time? And where did I feel restricted and defined or defined? So a lot of people got to stay home during this time period and start to reflect and notice where they were being restricted in their freedom from working a job. Some people noticed the restriction because they had to stay home and not go to school. School was done at home. So where did you feel restricted or defined? Some of you were on the east side of the world, watching the west side of the world, United States, have the pandemic happening, right? How did my internal and external forms align and misalign? What does that mean? How did my inside of myself align with my outside results? So, how did you walk and talk? Was it aligned or was it misaligned? Stay neutral and just validate how you adapted. Stay clear and then take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let go of the mental tension. 2021 was year 5. It's the principle of 5, correspondence. So when you are stepping into 2021, a year of change and reflection, consider this. What patterns repeated from the past? What showed up from the past, trying to take you out of alignment? What external events mirrored my inner state? Meaning, what was on the outside where I was participating in events or events were around me that mirrored my inside of my thoughts, whether good or bad? Observe. Notice. No judgment. Exhale it on out. Just notice. Let the energy flow and release what is unnecessary at that time. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. You're almost there. 3 more years to go. 2022, year 6. The principle is 6, and it's spirit. So we moved into 2022, a year of responsibility, devotion, and heart energy. Ask yourself, where did I commit myself? What did I serve consciously and unconsciously in 2022? Validate your efforts, acknowledge the care you gave, and then release the obligations that no longer serve you. Now remember, if you're feeling as if you did not accomplish things, ask yourself, what spirit are you holding with you, where you are thinking of the negative first versus the positive? Meaning, why are you practicing listening and believing the untruths versus the truths? You see, for the last 9 years, you may have been holding on to untruths in survival mode, but you are here listening to this today. You have the next 9 years to work on getting better, to be just who you are, but with just a little bit more truth in your knowledge. Let's move on. Take a deep breath in from 2022. Breathe in. Exhale. 2023, year 7. The principle is mentalism. Enter 2023, a quieter year. Focus on the inner world. Consider what mental narratives shaped my reality, meaning, what did I put in my mind that was conversation shaping my reality? So if I believe that I am a failure, then all of a sudden my life starts to go down the drain. If I believe that I'm great, then opportunity starts to come my way because I'm attracting. What thoughts guided my decision? Check in. What was happening in my mind? Observe without analyzing. Let the mind just settle. No judgment. Dissolve the thoughts. And let's get rid of the mental residue. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. 2024, year 8. The principle is polarity. Step into 2024, a year of power, authority, and balance. Ask yourself, where did I swing between control and surrender? Where did I feel extremes in my life? You guys, that was just last year. Hold both sides without judgment. Breathe in the neutrality because we're here right now in December. The principle and core value that supports care in December right now is neutrality. We are in neutrality frequency, and this is why we're clearing. What extremes did you have last year? And then look at you, how you've overcome and you survived today. It may not look the way you want it to look, but you made it. Cut the cords. Breathe in neutrality. Clear the emotional charge and tension. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. 2025. We are now in the year 9. The principle is causation. Finally, the final year of this 9 cycle. Consider what is complete. Consider what is not complete. You are not behind. You have the opportunity to start. What cannot follow you in 2026? I'll say it again. What cannot follow you in 2026? What will you not carry with you in 2026? What lessons, results, or experiences are ready to be released? I'll say it again. What lessons, results, or experiences are ready to be released to the world or in this space so you can allow the body, the internal body, more room to bring in the presence of truth and goodness and being able to handle when life starts to come your way. You could be neutral and move through, not around, not under, not over, You gotta go through it. That was a camp song that I learned when I was a kid. Definitely understand it now. So as all the 9 flames are burning together, I want you to cut the cords cleanly of year 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The cycle is complete in 25. Place your hands on your body, whether it be your legs, your belly, your chest, wherever it feels grounding. Silently or aloud, wherever you're at, repeat after me. I release what is complete. I validate who I have been. I step forward to align. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, stick the tongue out, lion roar. One more. Breathe in. Lion roar. Let's take one more of those because I believe that inhale, I want you to breathe in as deep as you can, sniff in some of that breath. Breathe in. Stick the tongue out, lion roar. The cycle is closed now. You are ready for 2026, the new 9-year journey. Before you get up or move, at least rest for 5 minutes or have a moment of stillness. If you start to notice that the thoughts are overriding your movements, stay focused on the breath. Remind yourself that you've released the complete validation that you are here to move forward in the unseen. Thank you and welcome to the Tai-Fascia Temple. Share it with your friends and families. Again, this is not anything typical. This is a space of integrity and a space that moves.